Hi, I'm Nick from Global Office, and today we're talking about the latest project that we've delivered, the Fill application. Well, when the Fill team first came to us, they had a really simple request. Someone grabs their phone, says where their car is, chooses the type of fuel, and schedules a delivery, and that was it. And it sounds really simple, doesn't it? But actually, that simplicity has to be supported by quite some serious technology behind the scenes. From our development team, we had a core team of approximately 5 people that were working on this project at various points throughout the development cycle. And we picked members that had specialties. So we had mobile specialists that would work on the mobile stuff, and then we had back-end specialists that would work on the back-end stuff. We had to coordinate the work with each of those team members, which was, it's just something that we do. We're quite good at it. And in addition to that, because each of the parties were working on various aspects of the application, from a code management perspective, we have to make sure that all of the work that they do all feeds into one code base. And in addition to that, we need to make sure that the code that's being written is robust and it meets our patterns and practices, and it's fully tested, and all of this kind of software development stuff that needs to happen. We have a process at our business where developers write code based on instructions from project managers, and that code is then reviewed by one of our peers, so a peer review process, kind of like an engineering firm would do. So that process makes sure that the code that's written is written well and it's written to our standard. And then from there, the code is moved into a development or a staging environment for the project managers and the clients to review and make sure that it's doing what it needs to do. And then after that's been signed off, then we push it out into production. So we've got this managed process where we have all of these people from a development perspective that are writing different parts of code or different bits of the application that all feeds into a single, a funnel that has a review and a test and a stage and a release process to really make sure that nothing goes out to production that hasn't had all of those sort of stages met. With a project of this size, obviously there's a budget that we need to work to. And so part of our process for assessing what the budget's going to take, I guess that stems from our business analysis stuff that we did right at the start of the project. So we always work with our client on scoping out what we think they want. And so we wireframe the application based on what we know the client wants to do. And we build up a bit of a requirements gathering document that supports those wireframes to talk about the business rules and some of the things that the software is going to do. And those two documents together really, I guess they help us as a development company work out the effort that we need to build the application. So a project this size and complexity requires a reasonable budget. For a startup company like Fill, they really didn't know what the market was going to want. So as we were developing and they were receiving feedback from people, things changed and new features got added. The budget grew as the requirements grew, which is natural. But in terms of the project management, I mean, what we were doing is we took our estimated effort that we thought we would need to build the application, and we track internally how much time has gone into each feature that we do. So we can start showing estimated versus actual effort in achieving some things. So we made sure that we were tracking well throughout the project, and we tried to communicate quite regularly with our client on new features and where the budget was going. And at the end of the day, I think it's all about communication. If we were if we were struggling with something, we would try and let them know so that they could make a decision about where they wanted to take that feature. Or if there was a problem that we hit, we would try and figure out the best way to solve that. Was it bringing in a third party that could help us overcome that challenge quickly and therefore reduce the effort required and therefore improve the efficiency of the budget. If you like the Fill app and you've got an app idea of your own and you'd like to talk to us, give us a call or get in touch through our website at any time.